Hello, welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 236. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a talk episode where the tutors talk.
What's up?
We're in Boston, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually technically in Canton.
We were in Boston for the day. Boston drivers are wild.
The worst.
They're not good.
No.
They're not good. We watched a dude just at a stoplight, just drive forward. They were both stopped. Just drive forward and smoke.
Not even smoke. I mean, he kind of he ran into it, but not smoke it.
Okay, he ran into the Range Rover in front of him when the light was still red.
Yeah.
And the guy was in like a shitty Camry.
Yeah.
It's like, dog, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I honestly think he probably was looking at his phone and didn't realize his foot came off the brake a little bit and was just slowly rolling forward.
I don't know, dude. It was harder than just to roll forward.
That is true.
It's like he thought it turned green, went on the gas, wham. Anyways, so that was impressive. And then just the driving in general, incredible.
Wild.
Incredible. And dude, honestly, this is crazy. So I don't know. We can't say it for YouTube, I don't think, right? The vid.
No.
Okay, so the vid, it still exists on the East Coast.
Yeah.
The amount of motherfuckers wearing masks in their cars by themselves, walking down the street by
when there's
themselves,
no one around.
Nobody around, wearing masks everywhere. It's been so long since I've seen people religiously wearing masks that I forgot about it. And I'm here and I'm like, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. All sorts of people wearing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
do you remember in Asia,
yeah, we're
people,
not in Asia, babe.
I know, but people did wear them all the time. People over there, if you're sick, that you wear them.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We're on the East Coast.
Yeah, but it could be like Asia now.
It's not.
You never know.
No, I do know. Because a lot of those people we saw today did not look sick.
Anyways.
They looked handicapped.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
So, yeah. How's our trip going, Shaun?
Going pretty good. Going really good. Yeah. Want to give a breakdown?
Yeah, we, so day one was last Thursday, so a week ago. We went from Eau Claire, made a little pit stop in Milwaukee to meet a friend of mine's new baby. And then we made it all the way to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was really cool to drive into.
Very cool.
We were only there for the night, which, looking back, kind of sucks. But it was it's only a 13-hour drive in total. I think it's less than that, actually. So that's definitely a place I would like to go to again. But you're literally, driving through the mountains, and you just come down this hill and go around a curve, and all of a sudden there's skyscrapers.
Yeah.
It was so cool. So we made it to Pittsburgh, slept for the night, ate at a really good breakfast joint in the morning. Back on the road again, made it to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. I spent the day there, and that was meh.
It was all right.
It was all right.
It was good. It was fun enough.
Yeah. Obviously stopped there for the office, and that was about it. And then we
ate at another good breakfast joint.
We've eaten at a lot of good breakfast joints.
Yep.
And then Shaun got to do his extreme experience.
Yep.
I did a ride along.
Yep. Poconos, Pennsylvania.
Poconos, Pennsylvania, which is a really cool track because you literally are pretty much at the top of the mountain. You can't really see anything, obviously, but it's just cool to go through the cool winding roads with the fall leaves changing, and then you get to the top, and there's this racetrack.
Yep.
What'd you drive, Shaun?
Porsche 911 GT3.
How was it?
Sick as fuck. Mm-hmm. It really makes you think having money would be cool.
Yeah. It was really cool because we did the lead car.
Yep.
So I did a ride along with that too. And that was really cool because it was a guy who's been driving for decades.
Yep.
And he does the first lap kind of slow and points out to like Shaun, like, okay, you're gonna go here, do this, do that. And then the second 2 laps, he just floors it. It was so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ripped.
Yep. I got a video of Shaun driving the Porsche.
Looks like I was going about 3 miles an hour.
Yeah. I was just like watching him and I was like, wow, Shaun's going so slow. And then afterwards, he's like, oh, I got up to 120.
Yep.
And I was like, you looked like you were going maybe 50.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was really the car, the handling was insane. It's just different, you know?
Yeah.
Cars that we drive don't handle like that. And you think you're going too fast for a corner, and then it takes it easy, and you're like, oh, I could have went way faster through those corners, like way faster. But the shit we drive, they don't do that.
Yeah, they don't handle that well.
No. So, yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. A nice car like that would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool.
Yeah, so on our way back down the mountain, Shaun was really sad that he wasn't driving a Porsche.
Yeah, I'm just driving this fucking lumber wagon through the mountains, twisty-turvy. It's just, yeah. But, so there's the extreme experience going on the one side. The other side, they were doing drag races.
Oh, yeah.
There was so many sick-ass cars and trucks just lined up coming into the racetrack, and then everywhere in the racetrack, every sort of car you could think of, supercar, sports cars, muscle cars, drag cars, lifted trucks, built trucks, everything for drag racing. It was wild to see.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I've never seen like that diverse of a crowd of vehicles and like that much shit going on in one area. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool to see. Made me feel like a peasant, which is cool.
Yeah, like always.
It made me feel like a peasant. I was just blown away at like the money there.
Yeah.
Dude, like, you know, in Eau Claire, you might get some people with some, you got the occasional like Corvette driver. You got some people with some built cars, like muscle cars, whatever. Some like the cars.
We've seen a couple, I mean, Challengers and...
Yeah, there's, you know, the typical, all that stuff. But when you're just seeing like Porsches, Lambos, Ferraris, and then you're seeing Supras, it just... And then you see the Challengers, the Chargers, all built up.
And they just sound so pretty.
They just sound ridiculous. And you just... The amount of money, you don't have that.
No.
In Eau Claire at all. You don't...
Even just like driving down the highway, we saw Porsches and
Lambos. You're just driving and you're looking on the other side, and every minute is a sports car or supercar driving by. And it's like, how are you here when there's so many up at the top of the hill? And there was also, when we left, there was a full parking lot at their, like, was it their hockey rink or something?
Yeah, it was their arena.
They had a full parking lot full of, like, autocross racers. So you got, like, autocross here, 40 minutes up the mountain, you got extreme experience, and then on the other side you have drag racing. And I'm like, how is there this much money in an hour radius?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this? So anyways, it was sick. It was a lot of fun. Really cool to see. Mm-hmm. And then where did we go after that?
We spent the night in Brattleboro, Vermont.
That's right. And where did we stop on the way to Brattleboro?
We stopped at the happiest place in the world, Yankee Candle Village. So in South Deerfield, Massachusetts, is the Yankee Candle Village, and it is so cool. It is massive. Mm-hmm. So massive. I think during the week they do tours of the candle making factory too, so we didn't get to see that.
Shucks.
Yeah, but this place is massive. Like they have not just candles. They have Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations. They had a Harry Potter section. They had kids section, so toys and puzzles. They even had Legos in there, actually. Home goods. You could buy any kitchen utensil you needed. They have everything.
Couple restaurants.
A brewery. It was so cool.
Just ridiculous. Too much shit, dude. So much shit.
It was so good. And they have some candles that you can only specifically buy from there. So we did buy some of those.
You bet. Mm-hmm. So, yep. Yankee Candle Village.
Yep. And then so we drove up through Vermont. We realized after the fact we didn't stop anywhere in New Hampshire, which is fine.
It's fine.
We drove through it. Vermont and New Hampshire, I think, are my two favorite places we've driven through.
They were very nice to drive through. Very, very nice.
Yep. We stayed the night in Brattleboro, and then we purposely took the slow way up to Portland, Maine.
Yep.
So it was about an hour longer, but it was just wonderful because we were barely on the interstate and just got to take like little small state highways. So they were so pretty.
Oh, we stopped in Gettysburg too.
We did stop in Gettysburg.
Yeah. Okay, keep going.
That.
Sorry.
So yeah, we got to go through these little towns, and it was just beautiful with the trees and leaves and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then we spent a couple days in Portland, Maine. Anything exciting in Portland, Maine?
Did the what is it? The tour of the mansion tour?
Yes, it wasn't the Hammond Castle, it was the Victoria Mansion.
Yeah, Victoria Mansion. It was sick. It was really cool. And then ate some lobster rolls at Becky's Diner.
Mm-hmm. We had lots of really good food.
Dude, that place was bomb. And then what was the one we ate at? The last place we ate at?
I can only think of the coffee. Oh, Duck Fat.
Duck Fat.
That place was amazing.
That shit was so good.
Oh.
Yeah, Duck Fat was so good. And then we drove around Maine a lot. Mm-hmm. Checked out a lot of different shit around Maine. Lighthouses, piers.
A lot of parks, which was really pretty.
Parks. Yeah, it's like once you got out of the town was okay. It was right on the ocean, which was sweet. But once you got out of the town a little bit, it was super cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of these really big mansions. Our drive in, there was all these big, massive houses. They were so pretty. And just on like some big farms too, some of them. Mm-hmm. So that was really, really cool. But just, driving around there, it was just so pretty. What that one tour guide say, not very many of the original buildings still stand because of like the Civil War and whatnot, or the Revolutionary
War, I think, yeah. It was pretty cool though. There was like coming into the main portion of Maine.
Of Portland,
Maine, coming in the main portion of Portland, you got like a nice homeless camp there. That was really nice to see coming in, and then when we were leaving, there was one bathing in a fountain in the middle of downtown, yelling at people. That was sick. And then right on like the main street downtown, just a shithole. Yeah,
there was one tent, and there was just so much garbage around it. Just garbage
everywhere. It's just awesome. I love that. It's a good feel. Good feel when you got those people.
I will say, I did tell Shaun, in Portland, you didn't see very many like homeless in the actual downtown. Like they must do a good job of kind of keeping them off the streets and like kind of where their camp is, because their camp is on the very edge of downtown.
Right.
But yeah, walking, besides the one guy bathing in the fountain, that was really the only one that we saw in downtown Portland. Yep. I think there was a couple that were on the fence, and like we saw some cops talking to the two guys, but they weren't like dirty and had like a whole bunch of stuff with them. So. And
then there was a couple big ass cruise ships.
Oh yeah.
Few huge cruise ships.
Yeah, we did get to see a couple of those,
which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then where'd we go?
Here.
We left Portland, came straight here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, we stopped at Gloucester.
Yeah, I don't know where the Hammond Castle is.
Yes, the Hammond Castle is probably the coolest thing I think we've toured.
Yes, for sure.
It is definitely worth going out of your way to go to that. Gloucester? I don't know.
Something like that.
That's also a very rich city with lots of big mansions, so that was cool.
Yep.
And then we stopped in Salem as well on our way from Gloucester to Boston.
Yeah, Salem was pretty cool.
Salem was really, really cool. It was really hard to get out of Salem because of traffic and everything.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there's lots of stuff to do in Salem, especially if you like that kind of stuff. There's plenty of tours and things you can book. Shaun and I are just really... We don't like actually doing anything. We just kind of like walking around, looking at buildings, trying out new food places. And I think Salem wasn't the greatest at trying food places. Be careful touching that top thing. Salem wasn't the best place for trying food from what we heard. The visitor centers, definitely stop in the visitor center. There's some really nice ladies that'll tell you everywhere you can go and what you should do if you're only there for like a day or two. But they have a really cool pier too with a lighthouse, and then you can see like the whole ocean from the end of the pier. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, Sam was cool. They also, what was cool, they had camping right along the, what was that? What's that?
Oh, yeah, it was like their canal.
Yeah, their canal. Yeah, they got a nice camping spot along their canal. I think it's free. It looked free.
Yeah, it did.
Didn't look clean.
No.
A lot of pretty weird, dirty people down there, too. But, yeah, it's a nice camping area along that canal as well, right in Salem. And then after Sam, came down to Boston.
Yeah.
Which was good. And then we ate at, where'd we eat at?
Oh, that pizza place that was really good.
Yeah. Some diner. I can't think of what it's called. That place was bomb.
It was so good. One of Shaun's things that he wanted to do while he was in Boston was stop at some places that Dave Portnoy has rated. First thing, so download, what's the app? One Bite app.
One Bite
app. Download that. Pay attention to Dave's reviews and the people's reviews. Mm-hmm. And then also watch the review before you go.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
One place we stopped at, he rated it a 9.2, and we're like, this is awesome. Let's try it out. And then you look at it, and the people rated at like a 7.3 or 7.8 or something. It was not very good. And we didn't watch the review at first, and then when we did later on...
The Pleasant Cafe.
Oh, yeah, that place was good.
So good.
Once we watched his rating afterwards, he was definitely, like, very drunk. And we're like, this is why he rated it so high.
Yeah, it was... wasn't that good.
No.
Wasn't that good at all. But anyways, what can you do? Everywhere else we've tried, though, from him has been good.
Yeah, it's been really good.
It's been really good. So, but yeah, they had phenomenal pizza, great cheesecake. Yeah, it's really good.
Good beer, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been our road trip so far. Tomorrow we go to Providence and New Haven, and then on to Philly for a day, and then we're in Virginia Beach for 2 days.
Yeah.
And then we'll work our way back.
Yeah, I was pretty sick. I've eaten way too much sweet so far.
We've had 3 different cheesecakes in 2 days.
My heart hurts.
The Pleasant Cafe has had the best cheesecake, if you're curious. Yep. So.
Yep, they're so good. But yeah, anyways, what can you do? So that's vacation in a wrap so far.
Yeah.
1 week left.
Yes.
And let's see. We got to listen to some good Patrick Bet David PBD podcast.
And Real AF.
Mm-hmm. How much do you love both those podcasts?
I actually really am starting to like the PBD podcast. I really am. If you don't like how extreme Andy is, you'd probably like the PBD podcast. and it at least keeps you like updated of like what's happening in the world, and they're a little more realistic on like the truth behind it, but not as extreme as Andy, I guess.
They are a political show. Like, that's it. That's it. They're a politics show.
So they kind of try to stay like middle ground a little bit.
They have PBD who sits, he's right, but he sits in middle for like the debates.
Yeah.
Then he's got Adam who's left, and he's got Vinny who's right. And then they bring people on, and it's just an onslaught.
That's interesting.
It's sweet. It's fun. I love listening to them. They're super fun. Yeah, they got a lot of good content, but they had Roseanne Barr on.
That one was awesome. I like her.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's slow at first, but
yeah, so but that it shows some of their like how their true beliefs are and stuff, which is really good. But there's a lot of interesting stuff there that Roseanne was saying that I guess isn't crazy. It sounds crazy, but if you listen to it and hear it out, it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I could see that happening. So PB podcast has been fun, and then Andy's always fun. I love it. I love how extreme he is, because the thing is, he's extreme. He gets it like going and crazy, but he rarely misses.
And he tells you the truth.
Tells you the truth. Rarely misses.
Yeah, that was the one thing about. So right now, both of them are really talking about the Israeli attacks, obviously. And so it was interesting because we learned more about it from Andy's podcast than we did from PBD. Just like the motives behind it, kind of. And I think Andy's more realistic of like what is actually happening in the world, and the PBD podcast kind of glazes over it.
Yeah, they're kind of just like, oh, it's like they just do the political side of it, not really the like strategic what could possibly be going on side of it.
Yeah.
And why they'd be doing that, and how Israel has the number one security system in the world with it's called like the Iron Wall or something.
Iron Dome?
Iron Dome. It's called the Iron Dome. Impenetrable. And people were able to fly over on their little like lawnmowers with their parachutes, is what they're saying. But they're able to like fly over and like penetrate and then enter Israel. And it's just all up, like they're all of Israel's alarm systems and everything failed at the same time. So somehow they were the country was completely invaded. The country was invaded, and like all of their defense systems failed. So okay, well, what's the reality of the whole defense failing, and then being able to be invaded at once, and like what could the actual motives be here? What could actually be going behind it and whatnot, which is neat. But then, so that's one side of it, which is fun to listen to. But then on the other side, you got the people who are like with Hamas, saying that Jews should die and stuff like that, and quite Semitic?
Yeah.
Yeah, anti-Semitic, which is a neat take on it, because like
we did this once
80 years ago, and the fact that people are like cheering on for the death of Jews is pretty wild. And even like Harvard, Harvard was supporting Hamas, and
well, not Harvard itself.
Student groups. Student groups at Harvard were supporting Hamas and like genocide, the killing of Jews.
Which, by the way, there's CEOs that are trying to blacklist those students that are a part of those groups. So like they won't get hired. Yeah,
which is a really good thing. It's neat that like I think all these people need to go over to Auschwitz. We said that right after we did Auschwitz. We said that, and I think everyone needs to go there and see that. And genocide's not cool, I don't think.
No. It's really
I don't think
not.
it's cool. And death to one race or ethnicity,
Religious group.
religion, it doesn't make sense. People have some serious issues that they think that's okay. And the sad thing is a lot of this comes from the left. The all-inclusive Democrats of the world are like, Hamas, invade Israel, and the whole Ukraine thing, and how they want, the left wants war. Since when does the left all-inclusive want war? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, dude, dope, join the army and go over there and fight.
Yeah. They won't.
You do it. Leave the Republicans out of it. Then fund it yourself. Don't take our tax dollars. Take your own money. Go over there, fight the war yourself. Then.
That was the one thing Andy was talking about, was all the people that were like, I support Ukraine and I support this, and he's just like, yeah, let's see you go over there and support them.
Yeah, go over
He's
and fight the war without your guns that you want to take away.
Yeah,
what?
They're just gonna die.
Yeah, dude. So they want to take the guns away in the U.S., but they want to send more guns and more weapons and military power to these other countries to fight. It's like, what do you mean? What? Take guns away here in the U.S., but ship our guns and our military-age males to wars, to fight wars that we shouldn't be fighting?
Right.
I don't get it. I don't understand. The more we go on, the less I'm understanding people. Mm-hmm. I thought people were I thought the majority of people were better than this. And I still think the majority of people are. It's just the news and the media and stuff showing these people that are crazy. I'm like, dude, it's just, they need to show the general population and not promote the crazy shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, there's some people that are pretty sick. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's interesting. It's neat.
Yeah. Sean and I talked about how we can't take road trips anymore. Because the last time we took a road trip,
COVID started.
That's when they started lockdowns. Was on our way back, they were starting lockdowns.
Yeah, the day after, the last day of our vacation, they started lockdowns.
Yeah.
When we were driving back, and COVID became real. Mm-hmm. It's neat, dude. And then this whole Israel thing and
yeah, people are worried it's gonna come here.
Yeah. There's the very, very big concern that PBD talked about and Andy talked about was the fact that Israel is almost like a Western territory. Pretty much everything we do, they do, or whatever they do, we do, right? So we are very much in suit with Israel, and so with these attacks in Israel, and with how many terrorists, Middle Eastern terrorists, and terrorists in general that came through the border, and the House Speaker, one of the individuals running for House Speaker was actually talking about it. Was talking about how we've had a bunch of terrorists come into the country. Mm-hmm. And so the thought is, or the concern is, are they setting up to do attacks and invasions they invaded Israel? Are they coming in through our southern border, and are they going to start the invasion here?
Yeah.
Which is, both of them were very concerned about it on their podcasts, as that could be a possibility, which makes sense in the realm of the southern border has been completely it's been mostly unchecked. They do catch some people and stuff, but a lot of people are coming through. There's hundreds of thousands, millions unregistered that have came through in the last 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm. And Europe's having the same problem too. There are a lot of people that are coming in to their countries unregistered. Yeah,
and it's not just women and children. It's middle-aged fighting men.
Yeah, it's mainly men. It's not the women and children.
And so when you got millions of men coming in, that's enough to start a revolution for them to, invade, start a revolution here. I don't know if is revolution the right term? I don't know if that might not be the right term. Whatever. But yeah, there's definitely enough to make a big impact.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you got?
That post from DC Drano was that how many terrorists they've caught from those countries, or was that how many?
It might have been.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in any of these like things, an account on Instagram, it's DC_Drano. He posts a lot of really good stuff about things that are going on. He's actually been a huge advocate for the working class people, I would say. And he posted something about, I can't remember if it was how many have come in or they've caught or an estimated number of it. I don't remember. But there's quite a few people from the Middle Eastern countries that have come in through the southern border. So that is their big concern, is they can come in through there and then go wherever they want throughout the country. It's probably been taken down, honestly.
I'm not sure.
I thought it was the main picture. I didn't think it was the one of his tweets.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure then.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
know. But yeah, it's just something, obviously, that is always going to be a concern, is who has come through the southern border.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But now you've got people on the left saying build the wall. We need to build the wall. Things like that. You've got
if we would have done this 8 years ago when Trump first got in.
Right. Yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, and then you've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is against building the wall. He used obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was the Republican governor of California, I think.
Wasn't he a Democratic?
Yeah, he had to been a Democratic. Yeah, sorry. Democratic. But he was don't
build the wall.
Don't build the wall. Whatever.
Racist if you build a wall.
And he called we need to build the wall. We need to build it twice as high, twice as wide, whatever.
Yeah, we need to protect our people.
Yeah, and it's you could have been pro this 7 years ago, and look where we would be. Instead, now
it's too late.
It's just it's the typical boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
And so people just aren't. These Democrats are late. They're too late. They were so against everything 7 years ago, and now they're coming back on it. And it's the same thing with the vid stuff, all that and all the jab stuff and all that. It's just.
But they're not saying they're wrong. They just said we need to protect our people. We need this.
Yeah, there's no admittance to fault by any means. It's just interesting. It's really interesting how things are going, and people very much get behind certain movements out of emotion, and then we have real life coming into play. And I think it's going to be interesting how your emotions help you if we're invaded. Mm-hmm. If there's a war in the U.S., I don't, your emotions and Trump's tweets and stuff. I'm interested to see how Trump's tweets will be affecting you if you're getting shot at or blown up.
Your gender won't matter either.
I don't think your gender's gonna matter. No, and I don't think your abortion rights you're gonna be really caring about. Mostly because you're gonna be trying to survive and not become a third world country. Mm-hmm. But boy, oh boy, make sure you're called the right pronoun right now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's really important, is your pronouns and not seeing mean tweets.
Yeah.
That's also really important.
Real quick.
Yeah.
There's always the thing of this could be a cover up for something, right? The timing of this. 2 scientists in Japan.
Oh my God.
Have traced back the vid.
Mm-hmm.
You can trace back the mutations, and they found out that both main variants, started in a lab. They were created in a lab.
Yep. Yeah, they came out with that, and at the same time they came out with that is when the Israel stuff started, and also the same day the Israel stuff started is the same day the U.S. ran out of their strategic oil reserves that Sam and I were talking about on the podcast before the midterm election. So
we have no oil reserves.
yeah, all the strategic oil reserves that they keep in case there's a war is gone. And the same day those ran out is when Israel was invaded.
Yep. It's great.
So
I love it.
yeah, there's some pretty neat stuff going on. And yeah, and so it could be a cover up for sure.
RFK?
Yep.
Junior?
Yeah.
He's now running as an independent as well.
Yes.
That came out.
Yes. Yep. Now running as independent. Yep.
And his whole family
Disowned him. Yep.
And said they're not gonna support him.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting world we are in. Interesting how things are going, and I'm not excited to see how it pans out. I think I hope it pans out good. I hope overall it pans out good, and everything that everyone's like predicting or worried about is wrong. But I'm
gonna prepare for it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Right.
It really is.
So prepare for it, but still live your life, because there's always a chance that nothing happens and the world turns, which would be the ideal situation. But either way, yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it pans out. But it would be really good for the U.S. to start getting their economic situation under control. Start doing peace treaties again. Get out of these dumb wars.
Start supporting our own people.
Get our oil reserves, our strategic oil reserves filled back up. Bring down our national debt. Start lowering taxes. Get rid of the waste in the government. All those things would be like good steps to start. Actually start prosecuting criminals. Quit with the fucking dumb shit about the minor attracted people, and start prosecuting / death penalty for rapists and molesters and things like that. Just like the basic things to make a country a good country with like a solid criminal justice system.
Yeah.
Would be a really good idea. Get a good, strong economic country. But anyways, we'll see. We'll see if any of that actually comes to fruition or not.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will. Otherwise, we'll become a third world country.
Yeah, very
that's
fast.
that. So anyways, guys, vacay's been fun.
Yeah.
We're going to probably hit the gym. Are we gymming or eating first? You don't want to gym. You are very concerned that I brought that up.
Yep.
So probably hit the gym, and then we're going to get some dinner.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, you're excited.
So thrilled.
We can get up early and lift. 6 a.m.
Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. And we'll probably podcast in, where are we next?
We'll podcast in Virginia Beach.
No, we won't, because we don't get there till Monday.
Holy shit. All right, so we won't be doing that.
We'll be podcasting either in Rhode Island or Philly.
That's right, Rhode Island. That's right. Sick. All right, gang, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.